placed a wildflower in an old glass jar, right in the middle of the kitchen table. Not from a florist or a silver vase, just from the path beside the gravel road. A little crooked on a folded cloth, but somehow it made all the dishes shine. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind of beauty that the heart will not forget. We ate our supper to the ticking clock. The evening news was talking far-off storms. He laughed about the way the stem was bent, and took a sip of water from your glass. I barely heard a single word they said. I only saw the color in your eyes. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind of beauty that the heart will not forget. The things that matter most are often few: a simple jar, a flower, and someone like you. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind of beauty that the heart will not forget. A wildflower on the table, my heart will not forget. Table by the window in this room, with a faded cloth and one familiar chair. A little yellow lamp beside the wall has seen more nights than I could ever count. Sometimes I sit and hum a tune or two, and let the memories gather round my hands. Just a little song beside the lamp, Nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. The shade is crooked, but the light is kind. It paints a circle on the worn out wood. I trace my finger through the rings of time, left by all the cups that came and went. And every quiet verse I softly sing hangs in the air like dust in evening sun. Just a little song beside the lamp. Nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. The world remembers fireworks and fame, but gentle songs still whisper just the same. Just a little song beside the lamp. Nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. I come back home to this little song.
with the radio resting on the chair. Her hands were busy washing forks and plates, but her voice was somewhere in the air. The songs were simple, nothing grand or wild, but they wrapped the kitchen like a shawl. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. myself repeating every line, like I'm standing in her worn out shoes. The window glass reflects a different face, but I can feel her standing next to me. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. The softest songs are how the heart remembers. The smallest nights become the brightest embers. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. Her hands and the quiet radio echo in my soul.
There are two wooden chairs around this table, one by the window, one beside the wall. The varnish fades a little more each year, but still they hold the shape of how we sat. Your favorite cushion on the window side is worn and soft, where you would rest your hands. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember you and me, keep a place for all the days that used to be. Sometimes I set 2 cups of tea again, one in your place and one in mine. The steam goes up in gentle crooked lines, like all the dreams that drifted to the sky. I sit down slowly in the evening light and leave the other chair just as it is. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember you and me, keep a place for all the days that used to be. The things we leave behind can hold us still. A chair, a cup, a silence that we fill. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember you and me, keep Keep a place for all the days that used to be. Chairs that still remember you and me. You came back from the market in the rain, with bread and milk and apples in a bag. Between the bottles, quiet as a secret, a small bouquet was peeking from the edge. You put it in a jar beside the sink and wiped your hands on an old blue towel. A small bouquet beside the sink, more than any words could ever think. A small bouquet on an ordinary day is why the quiet moments always stay. We stood and talked of nothing very big, just traffic, neighbors, weather on the way. But every time I reach to wash a dish, the colors brushed against my fingertips. And later when the house had gone to sleep, the scent of rain and petals filled the room. A small bouquet beside the sink, more than any words could ever think. A small bouquet on an ordinary day is why the quiet moments always stay. The grandest love is often softly shown in little gifts that say you're not alone. A small bouquet beside the sink, more than any words could ever think. A small bouquet on an ordinary day is why the quiet moments always stay. A small bouquet, quiet moments stay.
My mother always left the kitchen window open, even on the cold days, just a crack. She said a house needs air the way a person does, a little space to breathe and to come back. I thought of it as just a habit she had, until the day she was no longer there. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. I open my own window every morning now, not thinking much, just reaching for the latch. The cool air finds my face before I'm ready, and for a moment she is standing right beside me. These small inherited things we do without knowing are the deepest ways the ones we loved remain. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. We carry those we loved in what we do. The open window is a kind of view. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. The window always open, keeping welcome at the door.
You used to fold the napkins at the table into little boats or crooked, clumsy birds. You said it made the supper feel like something, even when the soup was simple, thin and plain. I used to pretend I did not care at all, but secretly I loved your silly art. Folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning turning cotton squares into a bit of light, folding napkins when the day is almost through, was just your gentle way to say, I see you. Now when friends come over once a week, I find myself still doing what you did. I bend the corners into tiny wings and place them by the plates around the cloth. They smile and say it's such a lovely touch. I only nod and think of where it came, folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning cotton squares into a bit of light, folding napkins when the day is almost through, was just your gentle way to say, I see you. The tender tricks we learn from those we love keep flying on like paper birds above, folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning cotton squares into a bit of light, folding napkins when the day is almost through, was just your gentle way to say, I see you. Folding napkins, I still think of you.
I found your postcard in the sugar bowl, between the packets and the silver spoon, a picture of a seaside far away, with crooked letters in your careful hand. You wrote you saw some flowers by a wall. They made you think of mornings at my place. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never needed louder words at all. A postcard hidden where the sugar lies still brings a quiet sunshine to my eyes. I must have read it 20 times that day, standing by the counter with my tea. The kettle whistled, but I did not move. I stood inside the memory of your shoes. Now years have run like water down the hill, but I keep that little card beside the bread. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never a quiet sunshine to my eyes. The tender notes we leave in hidden places outlive the rush of all the louder races. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never needed louder words at all. A postcard hidden where the sugar lies still brings a quiet sunshine to my eyes. In the sugar bowl, you still say hello.
You used to hang the tea bags on a string across the kitchen window in the sun. You said they looked like tiny sailing boats, or little flags from countries yet to come. The light would catch the drops along the edge and turn them into beads of amber glass. Tea bags on a string above the sink, silly little things that made me think. Tea bags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. Now when I make a cup of tea alone, I almost throw the empty paper out, but something makes me tie it to the line and watch it drip and darken in the glow. It feels like sending messages in code to all the days we shared without a plan. Tea bags on a string above the sink, silly little things that made me think. Tea bags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. The strangest rituals we learn in love turn into prayers sent silently above. Tea bags on a string above the sink, silly little things that made me think. Tea bags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. Tea bags on There are two silver spoons upon a saucer. They do not match, but somehow they belong. One was yours from when you left your hometown. One was mine from some forgotten set. They lie there side by side beside the kettle, like two small stories resting from the road. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. Sometimes when I am washing up alone, I polish them a little more than most. I watch the way the metal takes the light, and think of how our days have rubbed us smooth. Not every hour was easy, that is true, but here we are with tea enough for two. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. The finest treasures are not locked away. They stir the sugar in our cups each day. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. Two spoons on a saucer, tea enough for two.
My grandmother sang while she was cooking, not for anyone, just for herself. A low and easy sound that filled the kitchen, the way that warm rain fills a quiet street. I never asked her what the songs were called. I only knew that I felt safe inside them. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, listening with my back against the wall. She just kept stirring and kept softly singing, as if the songs were part of how she cooked. I have tried to hum those melodies since then, but they only really lived inside her voice. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, the most comforting thing I ever used to hear. Some voices hold the whole of what we need. A kitchen song is more than just a melody. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, the most comforting thing I ever used to hear. A voice like warm rain, the most comforting thing.
The lamp throws little islands on the cloth, soft golden circles on the faded blue. The pattern underneath has nearly vanished, but in this light it comes to life again. We sit with hands around our cups of tea and let the silence say the words we mean. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. We talk of small things, what we cooked today, who we saw while walking down the street. You smile and point at one worn patch of thread and say it looks like clouds against the sea. I never would have noticed it at all if we had not been sitting here so long. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. softest glow can light the deepest part and draw a gentle circle round the heart. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. Lamplight on the cloth keeps the dark away.
My grandmother would keep a single flower in a little cup beside her narrow bed. Sometimes a rose, sometimes a piece of clover, whatever she could find along the way. She said it helped her talk to God at night, to thank Him for the color of the day. A single flower by her bed, more than all the fancy words she never said. A single flower standing in the dark was how she kept the sunlight in her heart. Now I am older than she was back then. I place a little daisy by my own. I do not pray as neatly as she did. My sentences come out in crooked lines. But when I see that tiny living stem, I feel her gentle patience in the room. A single flower by her bed, more than all the fancy words she never said. A single flower standing in the dark was how she kept the sunlight in her heart. The quiet faith of those who came before blooms softly in the corners of our door. A single flower by her bed, more than all the fancy words she never said. A single flower standing in the dark was how she kept the sunlight in her heart. A single flower, sunlight in her heart.
just a little chip on the edge where you once dropped your spoon. He said we shouldn't throw it all away, for one small mark was nothing in the end. So we kept serving supper on that dish and passed it round like nothing had gone wrong. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. I always know just which one it will be. I feel the rough spot with my fingertips and hear your laughing voice inside my head. We never were a perfect shining set, but we were strong in ways that mattered most. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. A crack or two will never break a home. It only proves how much the dish has known. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. The plate with the little chip still at my place. You left a scrap of paper on the table with half a verse and just a working line, a melody of words without a tune, a little thought you meant to fix someday. I found it while I cleared the plates away and read it like a letter from your mind. A song left on the table, half awake, a gentle fragment only you could make. A song left on the table, soft and small, still hums along the edges of the wall. in a drawer, beside the spoons and wooden stirring sticks. Sometimes on quiet nights I take it out and try to guess the chorus that you heard. I do not change a single written word, I only add the silence in between. A song left on the table, half awake, a gentle fragment only you could make. A song left on the table, soft and small, still hums along the edges of the wall. The notes we never sing can linger long and turn a kitchen into sacred song. Song left on the table, half awake, a gentle fragment only you could make. A song left on the table, soft and small, still hums along the edges of the wall. A song upon the table, humming in the room. You placed a wildflower in an old glass jar, right in the middle of the kitchen table. Not from a florist or a silver vase, just from the path beside the gravel road. A little crooked on a folded cloth, but somehow it made all the dishes shine. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind of beauty that the heart will not forget. We ate our supper to the ticking clock. The evening news was talking far off storms. He laughed about the way the stem was bent and took a sip of water from your glass. I barely heard a single word they said, I only saw the color in your eyes. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind simple jar, a flower, and someone like you. Like a wildflower on the table, small and bright, you turned an ordinary day into a gentle light. Like a wildflower on the table by my plate, the smallest kind of beauty that the heart will not forget. A wildflower on the table my heart will not forget. Table by the window in this room, with a faded cloth and one familiar chair. A little yellow lamp beside the wall has seen more nights than I could ever count. Sometimes I sit and hum a tune or two and let the memories gather around my hands. Just a little song beside the lamp, nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. The shade is crooked, but the light is kind. It paints a circle on the worn out wood. I trace my finger through the rings of time, left by all the cups that came and went. And every quiet verse I softly sing hangs in the air like dust in evening sun. Just a little song beside the lamp, nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. The world remembers fireworks and fame, but gentle songs still whisper just the same. Just a little song beside the lamp, nothing big enough to change the map. But when the day has been too long, I come back home to this little song. I come back home to this little song.
with the radio resting on the chair. Her hands were busy washing forks and plates, but her voice was somewhere in the air. The songs were simple, nothing grand or wild, but they wrapped the kitchen like a shawl. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. Now I stand here by the same old sink. The station plays another gentle tune. I catch myself repeating every line, like I'm standing in her worn out shoes. The window glass reflects a different face, but I can feel her standing next to me. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. The softest songs are how the heart remembers. The smallest nights become the brightest embers. Her hands and the quiet radio turned an ordinary evening into gold. Her hands and the quiet radio left a tender little echo in my soul. Her hands and the quiet radio echo in my soul.
There are two wooden chairs around this table, one by the window, one beside the wall. The varnish fades a little more each year, but still they hold the shape of how we sat. Your favorite cushion on the window side is worn and soft, where you would rest your hands. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember you and me, keep a place for all the days that used to be. I set 2 cups of tea again, one in your place and one in mine. The steam goes up in gentle crooked lines, like all the dreams that drifted to the sky. I sit down slowly in the evening light and leave the other chair just as it is. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember you and me, keep a place for all the days that used to be. The things we leave behind can hold us still. A chair, a cup, a silence that we fill. Chairs that still remember how we were, hold the quiet weight of every word. Chairs that still remember keep a place for all the days that used to be. Chairs that still remember you and me. Bread and milk and apples in a bag. Between the bottles, quiet as a secret. A small bouquet was peeking from the edge. You put it in a jar beside the sink and wiped your hands on an old blue towel. A small bouquet beside the sink. More than any words could ever think. A small bouquet on an ordinary day is why the quiet moments always stay. We stood and talked of nothing very big, just traffic, neighbors, weather on the way. But every time I reach to wash a dish, the colors brushed against my fingertips. And later when the house had gone to sleep, the scent of rain and petals filled the room. A small bouquet beside the sink. More than any words could ever think. A small bouquet on an ordinary day is why the quiet moments always stay. The grandest love is often softly shown quiet moments stay.
My mother always left the kitchen window open, even on the cold days, just a crack. She said a house needs air the way a person does, a little space to breathe and to come back. I thought of it as just a habit she had, until the day she was no longer there. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. I open my own window every morning now, not thinking much, just reaching for the latch. The cool air finds my face before I'm ready, and for a moment she is standing right beside me. These small inherited things we do without knowing are the deepest ways the ones we loved remain. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. We carry those we loved in what we do. The open window is a kind of you. The window she always left open, just a sliver, letting the smell of rain and something more. The window she always left open, soft and simple, was her way of keeping welcome at the door. The window always open, keeping welcome at the door.
Used to fold the napkins at the table into into little boats or crooked, clumsy birds. You said it made the supper feel like something, even when the soup was simple, thin and plain. I used to pretend I did not care at all, but secretly I loved your silly art. Folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning cotton squares into a bit of light. Folding napkins when the day is almost through was just your gentle way to say, I see you. Now when friends come over once a week, I find myself still doing what you did. I bend the corners into tiny wings and place them by the plates around the cloth. They smile and say it's such a lovely touch. I only nod and think of where it came. Folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning cotton squares into a bit of light. Folding napkins when the day is almost through was just your gentle way to say, I see you. The tender tricks we learn from those we love keep flying on like paper birds above. Folding napkins in the quiet of the night, turning cotton squares into a bit of light. Folding napkins when the day is almost through was just your gentle way to say, I see you. Folding napkins, I still think of you.
I found your postcard in the sugar bowl, between the packets and the silver spoon. A picture of a seaside far away, with crooked letters in your careful hand. You wrote you saw some flowers by a wall. They made you think of mornings at my place. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never needed louder words at all. A postcard hidden where the sugar lies still brings a quiet sunshine to my eyes. I must have read it 20 times that day, standing by the counter with my tea. The kettle whistled years have run like water down the hill, but I keep that little card beside the bread. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never needed louder words at all. A postcard hidden where the sugar lies still brings a quiet sunshine to my eyes. The tender notes we leave in hidden places outlive the rush of all the louder races. A postcard in the sugar bowl, sweet and small. You never needed louder words at all. A postcard hidden where the sugar lies still brings a quiet sunshine to my eyes. In the sugar bowl, you still say hello.
You used to hang the tea bags on a string across the kitchen window in the sun. You said they looked like tiny sailing boats, or little flags from countries yet to come. The light would catch the drops along the edge and turn them into beads of amber glass. Tea bags on a string above the sink, silly little things that made me think. Tea bags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. Now when I make a cup of tea alone, I almost throw the empty paper out, but something makes me tie it to the line and watch it drip and darken in the glow. It feels like sending messages in code to all the days we shared without a plan. Tea bags on a string above the sink, silly little things that made me think. Tea bags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. The strangest rituals we learn in love turn into prayers sent silently above. Teabags on a string above the sink. Silly little things that made me think. Teabags on a string, a gentle art that somehow found its way into my heart. Teabags on a string in the morning light. There are two silver spoons upon a saucer. They do not match, but somehow they belong. One was yours from when you left your hometown. One was mine from some forgotten set. They lie there side by side beside the kettle, like two small stories resting from the road. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. Sometimes when I am washing up alone, I polish them a little more than most. I watch the way the metal takes the light and think of how our days have rubbed us smooth. Not every hour was easy, that is true, but here we are with tea enough for two. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. The finest treasures are not locked away. They stir the sugar in our cups each day. Two spoons on a saucer by the fire, a simple little sign of our desire to have a place where ordinary things can hold the weight of what our loving brings. Two spoons on a saucer, tea enough for two.
that warm rain fills a quiet street. I never asked her what the songs were called. I only knew that I felt safe inside them. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, the most comforting thing I ever used to hear. Listening with my back against the wall, she just kept stirring and kept softly singing, as if the songs were part of how she cooked. I have tried to hum those melodies since then, but they only really lived inside her voice. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, the most comforting thing I ever used to hear. Some voices hold the whole of what we need. A kitchen song is more than just a melody. A voice like warm rain falling soft and slow, the kind of sound that only some of us will know. A voice like warm rain, steady and so near, the most comforting thing I ever used to hear. A voice like warm rain, the most comforting thing.
The lamp throws little islands on the cloth, soft golden circles on the faded blue. The pattern underneath has nearly vanished, but in this light it comes to life again. We sit with hands around our cups of tea and let the silence say the words we mean. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. We talk of small things, what we cooked today, who we saw while walking down the street. You smile and point at one worn patch of thread and say it looks like clouds against the sea. I never would have noticed it at all if we had not been sitting here so long. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. The softest glow can light the deepest part and draw a gentle circle round the heart. Lamplight on the tablecloth tonight, turn simple cotton into something bright. Lamplight on the table where we stay, keeps all the hurried shadows far away. Lamplight on the cloth keeps the dark away.
My grandmother would keep a single flower in a little cup beside her narrow bed. Sometimes a rose, sometimes a piece of clover, whatever she could find along the way. She said it helped her talk to God at night, to thank Him for the color of the day. A single flower by her bed, more than all the fancy words she never said. A single flower standing in the dark was how she kept the sunlight in her heart. Now I am older than she was back then. I place a little daisy by my own. I do not pray as neatly as she did. My sentences come out in crooked lines. But when I see that tiny living stem, I feel her gentle patience in the room. A single flower by her bed, more than all the fancy words she never said.
just a little chip on the edge where you once dropped your spoon. You said we shouldn't throw it all away, for one small mark was nothing in the end. So we kept serving supper on that dish and passed it round like nothing had gone wrong. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. I always know just which one it will be. I feel the rough spot with my fingertips and hear your laughing voice inside my head. We never were a perfect shining set, but we were strong in ways that mattered most. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. A crack or two will never break a home. It only proves how much the dish has known. The plate with the little chip remains through all the quiet feasts and simple rains. The plate with the little chip can show how love can live with flaws and still can grow. The plate with the little chip still at my place. You left a scrap of paper on the table with half a verse and just a working line, a melody of words without a tune, a little thought you meant to fix someday. I found it while I cleared the plates away and read it like a letter from your mind. A song left on the table, half awake, a gentle fragment only you could make. A song left on the table, soft and small, still hums along the edges spoons and wooden stirring sticks. Sometimes on quiet nights I take it out and try to guess the chorus that you heard. I do not change a single written word. I only add the silence in between.